Others will say you have no integrity and you're lying. I'm calling you on your integrity. How does that make you feel?
I'm learning from it. I don't get angry.
If we can't trust what you say and what you see, we can't have you in our uniform. 7 months on, how are you still employed by us?
I don't know.
Everybody thought the outrage around the tragic death of Sonya Massey couldn't get any more intense. The body cam footage had already shaken the country. The protests were loud, the grief was heavy, and people were still trying to understand how a simple 911 call for help turned into a funeral. But just when emotions were at their peak, here comes another twist nobody saw coming. Because now, conservative commentator Candace Owens has stepped into the conversation. And her reaction, let's just say it has the internet in complete chaos. Some people are praising her, others are furious. And the divide, it's deeper than ever. You see, when tragedy hits, especially in cases involving race and police violence, the reactions from public figures matter. They shape conversations, they influence opinions, and sometimes they pour gasoline on an already raging fire. So what exactly did Candace say about the Sonya Massey case? Why are people accusing her of downplaying the situation?
It was an incident that happened earlier that day, and I talked to 2 officers or whatever, and I believe that it's the same officer that shot my mother.
And what does this mean for her image, her supporters, and the grieving family? Buckle up, because this story isn't just about a reaction video. It's about pain, politics, loyalty, and the uncomfortable truths nobody wants to face. To understand why Candace Owens' reaction hit so hard, you have to understand who Sonya Massey was and why her case touched such a nerve across America. Sonya wasn't a celebrity. She wasn't a headline before this. She was a 36-year-old Black woman living her life in Illinois, a mother, a daughter, a human being with struggles like many of us.
First night I don't go to my mother's house, this happens. How? Why? And I wonder if I was there, if he would have did anything to me. I don't know.
According to her family, she dealt with mental health challenges, but she was loved, she was trying, she was surviving. On the night everything changed, Sonya did what many people are told to do when they feel unsafe. She called 911. She believed there was an intruder in her home. She was scared. She wanted help. That's it. 2 deputies responded to the call. One of them was Sean Grayson.
Oh. That's not your black car in the driveway? Oh, well, we checked your yard, we walked around the whole block, we didn't see you, buddy. No, we don't.
And what happened next would shock the nation. Body cam footage later revealed a tense interaction inside Sonya's kitchen. At one point, she made a religious comment saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Moments later, Deputy Grayson shot her in the face. Just like that.
Check on her. We don't need a fire while we're here.
All right.
Huh? Oh, wait for your hot steaming water. Yeah.
She had called for protection. Instead, she lost her life. When the footage leaked online, outrage exploded. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. Social media was flooded with anger and grief. Protesters took to the streets. Political leaders spoke out. Even the president addressed the tragedy publicly. For many, this wasn't just another case. It felt personal. It felt like a reminder of something deeper, something broken in the system.
That's where you got your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot! Drop the pot! Drop the pot!
Sean Grayson was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. his past started getting exposed. Reports surfaced about previous disciplinary issues. Questions began swirling about how someone with so many red flags was still wearing a badge. And as the country processed this heartbreaking loss, most public figures were careful with their words. They expressed sympathy, they condemned violence, they called for justice. But then, Candace Owens went live. Now, if you know Candace Owens, you know she's not afraid of controversy. She built her platform on challenging mainstream narratives, especially when it comes to race and politics. She often criticizes movements like Black Lives Matter and pushes back against what she calls victim mentality.
Bring emails now. We got a head to the female. Head to the female. 1078.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
No, you head. She's done. You can go get it, but that's head.
So when she decided to speak on Sonya Massey's death, people already knew it wasn't going to be a soft, emotional response. But what nobody expected was just how different her tone would be from the national mood. During her commentary, Candace questioned the narrative surrounding the case. She emphasized waiting for all the facts. She pushed back against what she described as immediate emotional reactions. She suggested that media outlets often rush to frame these stories in a specific way before investigations are complete.
Dude, I'm not taking boiling water head. And look, it came right to our feet too. God damn it.
And that's when the backlash started rolling in. Because while Candace was talking about due process and media bias, many viewers were still seeing that body cam footage in their minds. They weren't thinking about political narratives. They were thinking about a woman who called 911 and ended up dead on her kitchen floor. Critics accused Candace of being cold, of lacking empathy, of defending the system instead of acknowledging the pain. Some even said she was trying to distance herself from the Black community again. But here's the twist. Her supporters saw it completely differently. They praised her for not jumping to conclusions. They said she was being logical in an emotional moment. They argued that justice requires patience and facts, not outrage fueled by viral clips. Suddenly, Sonya Massey's tragedy wasn't just about justice anymore. It became another battlefield in America's culture war. Clips of Candace's reactions spread like wildfire on X, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Some were edited to highlight her most controversial statements. Others were shared by her fans as proof that she stands firm under pressure. And the comment sections? Absolute chaos. Some people wrote, "How can you watch that footage and not feel anger?" Others responded, "Why is it wrong to ask questions?" The divide was painful to watch because in the middle of all this noise was a grieving family. Sonya's loved ones had already expressed frustration over initial reports that allegedly misled them about how she died. They were demanding accountability. They were demanding transparency. They were demanding justice. So imagine how it feels to see political commentators debating the framing of your daughter's death. This is where the conversation gets uncomfortable. Candace Owens has long positioned herself as someone who challenges mainstream Black activism. She often argues that focusing on police brutality overshadows other issues affecting the Black community. She believes the media amplifies certain stories for political gain. So when she applied that same lens to the Sonya Massey case, it wasn't out of character. It was consistent with her brand. But consistency doesn't protect you from criticism. Many Black viewers felt betrayed. They argued that this wasn't about politics, it was about basic humanity. They said that regardless of your stance on media bias, a woman died after asking for help. That should be the starting point. Others pointed out that Candace has built a career on speaking boldly, and boldness, especially in moments of national grief, can feel like cruelty if not handled with care. The pressure mounted. More media outlets began covering not just the case itself, but the reaction to Candace's reaction. It became a story within a story. And you have to ask yourself, was this predictable? Candace thrives in controversy. Every time she challenges the dominant narrative, she gains visibility. Supporters rally around her. Critics amplify her name while attacking her. Either way, the spotlight grows brighter. But here's what nobody really talks about. There's a human cost to these culture wars. Sonya Massey's mother, her child, her siblings, they aren't thinking about political talking points. They're thinking about birthdays that will never be celebrated again, about an empty chair at dinner, about unanswered phone calls. And while America debates due process versus outrage, a family is planning memorials instead of vacations. That's the part that hurts. The emotional weight of this situation is heavy, not just for the Massey family, but for communities that see themselves in her story, for people who have struggled with mental health and fear being misunderstood, for individuals who hesitate before calling police because they're unsure how the encounter might unfold. When Candace Owens responded the way she did, it didn't just spark political debate, it reopened wounds for many who feel unheard. At the same time, her supporters argue that emotions cannot replace facts. They believe justice must follow evidence and legal process. They see her as someone brave enough to say what others are afraid to. So now we're left with two Americas watching the same tragedy through completely different lenses. One side sees a clear case of systemic failure and demands urgent reform. The other side sees a rush to judgment and insists on restraint. And somewhere in the middle is the truth, complicated, painful, and still unfolding. What makes this story so powerful isn't just the initial tragedy, it's how it exposed the deep cracks in how we process grief as a nation. Candace Owens didn't pull the trigger, she didn't write the police report, but her words added another layer to an already explosive situation. And words matter. They can comfort, they can divide, they can heal, or they can deepen wounds. As the legal case against Sean Grayson moves forward, the debates will continue. Courtrooms will analyze evidence, lawyers will argue, protesters may return to the streets. But long after the headlines fade, Sonya Massey's name will remain a symbol of fear, of controversy, of a country still struggling to agree on what justice looks like. Candace Owens will likely continue doing what she does best, challenging narratives, stirring debate, standing firm in her beliefs. Her audience will stay loyal, her critics will stay loud. That cycle isn't ending anytime soon. But maybe the real question isn't whether Candace was right or wrong in her reaction. Maybe the deeper question is this: why does every tragedy have to become a political battleground? Why can't grief be universal before it becomes partisan? And what would it look like if, just for a moment, we all agreed that a woman calling 911 should not end in a coffin? That's the part that lingers, because beyond the tweets, the hot takes, the YouTube reactions, and the viral clips, there's a life that was lost, a family forever changed, a community shaken. And whether you stand with Candace Owens or strongly disagree with her, one truth remains undeniable. This case forced America to look at itself again. The mirror isn't always comfortable, but sometimes it's necessary. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Candace Owens brought balance to the conversation, or did her reaction miss the emotional weight of the moment? Let's talk about it, because these conversations, as messy as they are, shape the future.